So I said happy Halloween, and I really meant it too, but it isn't always happy for everybody in the family because of relatives like this. And I had one, not quite the same size, but who would get really petrified every time the doorbell would ring. And Rachel, you know what I'm talking about too.
Yeah, for Halloween and also the 4th of July. So we're here with Karen Anderson from Lost Our Home Pet Rescue, and I have to tell you, Lost Our Home is near and dear to my heart, Pat, because my daughter and I used to volunteer there, excuse me, for years with National Charity League, and then my son and fiance, soon to be wife in 12 days, they volunteered, and guess what? They came home with 2 cats from your organization, and that was 6 years ago.
And congratulations, by the way, on the good work you do all year round. But let's talk about not only the kids in costume coming to the door and the doorbell ringing incessantly, but let's talk about dressing up the pets themselves. What are the do's and don'ts?
Well, you want to get something that allows them to move freely, isn't too tight on their neck or anything, doesn't impede their sight or their hearing, and isn't too hot.
And Karen, she's being very cooperative in this costume,
yes,
but that's not always the case, right?
And if they really hate it, I'd say put it on, take a picture, and then just put a little simple bandana on them so that they're not miserable.
She is so cute.
How thrilled was she when you put the hat on?
She's not super in love with the hat, so I want to keep it on for the pictures, but I will be taking it off of her.
But let's talk about, though, the dangers. It isn't just a matter of a nervous dog or a dog that's uncomfortable with the costume on, or the dog that looks at you and says, "Are you putting me on, for crying out loud? Do you really want me to wear this?" So let's talk about the dangers of the wrong kind of costume.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a choking danger always. So if there's any little pieces that they can chew on and get loose, that definitely can cause a choking hazard. Also, you don't want anything that's too tight on them or that's going to cut off their circulation in any way, or anything that will keep them from being able to see clearly, you know, because they could walk into something. If you have them out with you trick-or-treating, they could walk out into the street. So you just want to make sure they can move comfortably, see good, and it's not too hot or too constrained.
And I forgot that some people take their pets trick-or-treating, and that's fine if that's what they're comfortable with, but you would say probably most pets keep inside on Halloween night,
definitely,
correct?
You want to keep your pets inside. Even pets, cats and dogs that are normally outside, they can get spooked real easily, so they're just safer to be kept inside in a nice room where they can't run out the door or get into anything they're not supposed to.
Our golden doodle, Bijou, wanted to be wrapped up anytime there was anything that was that unusual going on. And it's unusual if you have strange garbed people at your door. But also, one of the things that we had to watch out for, the same thing with your family, Rachel, whether it's the cats or the dogs, is eating the treats.
Oh yeah, the chocolate is toxic. Is it toxic? We know about dogs. What about cats?
Yeah, it can also be toxic to cats. The other thing is xylitol, which is a very common sweetener, is toxic to pets. And there's other things that can cause like pancreatitis. So it's just better don't share the treats with them and make sure you put them up somewhere that they cannot get into them.
So what do we do, though, with all that candy around it? Some of it may get spilled, and some of it may wind up over in a corner as a decoration.
Yes, I would put it in an area where they can't get to. So if you're going to have it out as a decoration, I would put it up somewhere that the cats and dogs can't get into, and I don't leave it unattended when the pets are around.
Yeah, maybe cover it up, because cats can jump up pretty high.
Yes.
You can tell I'm a cat person. You've got the dog, I've got the cats, we got you all covered at home. But it's stuff you may not even think about.
Right.
You know, you think about the doorbell scaring them, but the candies, not just the chocolate, very, very important.
And there's a lot of things, too, that are going to just cause GI upset. So it may not be poisonous to them, but you're going to have a big mess to clean up. So it's just better to keep them out of the candy altogether.
Well, and you can also dress up the pets without doing an involved costume by simply putting a banana, putting a bandana. You can put a banana around the neck, but your dog is not going to like it. Put a bandana around.
Right.
And what is her name? She's been so good.
Her name is Sansa. It's one of the Game of Thrones puppies. I have 6 of these little nuggets at my house right now, waiting to go up for adoption.
I can't.
And Rachel is a former volunteer remind everybody the name of this great organization.
Yeah, tell us. It's Lost Our Home Pet Rescue. And you guys
Yes.
have been around for how long?
14 years.
Amazing.
Yes.
You were amazing to work with when we were going through the adoption
I can't
process.
stand it. Excuse me. I'm terribly sorry.
I'm going to want to get out of my
Pardon me.
seat, too. I know, isn't she precious? Oh, look at that. She loves Pat. Who doesn't love Pat? Oh, my goodness, she's precious.
sweetie.
Thank you for bringing her in.
Thank you for having us.
And everyone stay safe tonight, humans and pets alike.
Yes.
Could you take me home with you?